Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If y'all don't know me, my name is Kristen Hoffman and I am a wife and mother of 3 who loves thrifting, homemaking, and intentional living. And y'all, today we're gonna get into it. I'm going to discuss how I make money as a YouTuber by thrifting. We're gonna go over a few different aspects. I'm gonna talk about why I started my YouTube channel and why I love this niche. And then I'm gonna talk through how I feel like my channel was able to grow to a certain size. And then I'm gonna answer some common questions about how I'm able to make money on this platform. If you guys love watching thrifting content, and if you guys are maybe considering making thrifting content sometime, you guys are gonna wanna watch this video. So let's get started. All right, everybody. Well, I know that many of you guys wound up finding me from my popular video of 40 things that I do not buy. In that video, I mentioned that we were living right at about the poverty line for a family of 5. And if you guys are interested in how much that is, you can go ahead and look it up. For those of you who don't believe me, I don't know how to help you. What do I show you my tax forms? Like, I don't know. The ironic thing about that video is it is actually that video that brought us up and away from the poverty line. Honestly, it got such good traction and it opened up my channel to so many new opportunities, which I'm excited to tell you about. Most of all, with the views and sponsorships that I was able to get from that video, we were able to finally buy a safe family car. And with that, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit about the sponsor for today's video, and they're called Fixed. So I'll show you guys our new car here in a second, but let me just tell you that we have been driving 10 to 15-year-old cars for basically our whole marriage. Honestly, it's all we've been able to afford. And I was driving around a 3rd row vehicle, which I was really excited about. It's like a cute little SUV. It was having some major problems. And so thankfully, with the sponsorships that we were able to get over the past month, I was able to finally upgrade to a 4-year-old car, which, you know, for me, it feels like, it feels like a new car. So let's go ahead. I want to show it to you guys and tell y'all a little bit about Fixed. Well, I really feel like we should have had this app like a month ago when we still had our old car. Honestly, I think that having something like this would have given me so much peace of mind when we were having so many issues with our car. So you guys want to see the new one? All right, here it is. It is a Subaru Ascent. This has been like my dream car. I never ever thought that I would be able to get a car like this. It is awesome. So for those of you who are not familiar, Fixed is an app that makes car ownership easier, and it helps you to save money over the lifespan of your vehicle. The Fixed sensor and the free app that comes with it is easy to use, and it tells you why your check engine light is on in plain and simple terms, which is something that I need. It syncs to your Bluetooth on your phone so that you can monitor your car and you can fix any issues. And best of all, they make sure that you don't get overcharged when you go into the mechanic. And it just helps give you that like confidence that you need. It also tracks your mileage and it automatically updates you as to when you need like an oil change or any kind of maintenance like that. So I'll show you how to use it. All you have to do is just plug Fixed in, start your car, and then tap to scan. You can get your own Fixed sensor with my link below, and you will receive the sensor for only $20 instead of the original price of $60. All right, everybody, well, let's go back inside so I can tell you how I was able to afford a 4-year-old car instead of a 15-year-old car. And I'm back. I honestly need to make this my first and foremost point, even though some of you guys may not agree with this. But the primary thing that I feel like is directly related to the success of this channel is our tithing. I know that that sounds silly and unrelated, but to me, it is the most relevant aspect of this entire video. Josh and I have been consistent in our tithing for years. Even in seasons where we had very little, we always made sure to tithe. I also want to clarify that I'm not looking for like a pat on the back for this, okay? I'm truly just trying to tell you guys about the character of God and how he literally says, test me in this. And so we've always been faithful tithers. We tithe our finances, but I know I've spoken about how we also tithe our time. I take the entire month of January to just focus on my relationship with the Lord, focus on our family. I also take an hour each morning to pray and to read my Bible and like honestly just sit with the Lord and talk with him through everything. And I'm not joking when I say every single morning I have to lay down this YouTube channel and be like, Lord, this is for you. This is not to uplift me me. This is only to glorify you that I do this. And lastly, I fast and pray every week. Usually on the days that I film my videos, I'm fasting and praying. I'm fasting and praying right now. It's so crazy because there are times when my body is honestly, it feels weak, but I feel like the Lord is able to give me strength. He's given me some of my top performing videos when I've been fasting and praying. I really attribute any success to God's goodness and his kindness and him helping me to share that with other people. It says in Malachi 3, I'll read it. It says, bring the whole tithe into the storehouse that there may be food in my house. Test me in this, says the Lord Almighty, and see if I will not throw open the floodgates of heaven and pour out so much blessing that there will not be enough room to store it. Then all the nations will call you blessed, for yours will be a delightful land, says the Lord Almighty. So I love this. Y'all, last year, I didn't even file taxes for YouTube because I'm pretty sure I made less than $50 the entire year. All that to say that we were intentional when we had very little, and now we're being challenged and growing in our generosity as we've been blessed by the Lord. So as far as how this channel was able to grow, I feel like the greatest metric of value in my channel is the level of engagement that I receive from you guys. I read every single comment and I respond to as many as I can. If any of y'all ask for prayer, I always pray for you, and I truly care about you guys as a community. When you guys subscribe, it's awesome, but when you comment, the algorithm sees that and it pushes out my content so that more people will see it on YouTube. They see that you guys care about me and that I care back. So a little bit about how I got started with this channel. Without getting too far into it, I used to have a painting business. I injured my hand. I'm no longer able to paint like I was able to before. I knew that I loved thrifting and I would find the coolest stuff and I would just want to share it with people, but it was just Josh who would come home and I'd be like, babe. I also have a passion for creating a beautiful home, and I wanted to host more people in our home than I was able to. And so with that, YouTube was born, and now I am able to host thousands of people in my home every week. And I'm also able to share the treasures that I find at these thrift stores. I wanted to showcase these beautiful items that others had considered as trash. I wanted to bring awareness that you could make your life beautiful and have so much joy, even if you're a low-income family. When you are shopping at thrift stores, you keep your dollars in America and out of the hands of these corporate giants, and you're helping the environment in the meantime. Literally, I've talked about this. It's a win-win-win-win-win. So if you guys are thinking about creating thrifting content yourself, what I love is that the content is endless. You can go to thrift store after thrift store after thrift store. That's hard to say. And you'll find new funky items that you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else every single time. Honestly, even if you go to the bins, it's different every couple hours what you find in there. Not only are you saving these items from going to the landfill, you're giving them new life. And also for those of you who like consuming this content, it helps you save money because a lot of times you can kind of get out that shopping itch without actually having to spend your money. So y'all, I'm just gonna consider this saving your marriage. You save that hard-earned money and you make your spouse happy by not spending it. So if y'all are interested in how long it took me to start making money, it took me about 10 months from when I started making my videos to when I was monetized by YouTube. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in order to be monetized. When I joke about just making $13 a month, it was because literally my first month that I was monetized, I made $13 and it slowly went up from there. It's funny, I actually talked to my sister. I asked her, I said, how much money do you think that I make from every 1,000 views that I get on YouTube? And she's like, I don't know, $100. I showed her, y'all, I make $8.14 for every 1,000 views that I get on YouTube. There were so many people out there that were talking to me as I was saying that I was low income and saying oh, I know that YouTubers make so much money. There's no way that you're telling the truth, all this kind of stuff. And I'm literally looking at my bank account. I'm on a good month, I might make $500. I don't know how it is living in other places, but where we are in a rural small town in the Midwest, $500 a month is just not enough to live on. Thank God that my husband is employed. But I do get paid more when you guys watch the ads. So, you are more than welcome to click through them. But if you are, just busy kind of bustling around the house and the YouTube's going, let those ads run. It does make an impact for me if you guys fully watch the ads or not. So for those of you who are thinking about starting and you ask, do I need to spend money in order to make money? To be honest with you, I do all of my recording on my iPhone and then I edit with a free program called DaVinci Resolve on my computer. I started out spending nothing and I still continue to spend nothing on making and editing these videos. I would absolutely say that this is my dream job. I am very privileged to be able to have a channel that is successful enough that sponsors are reaching out to me. Honestly, I was just honored that anybody would want to send me anything for free, let alone pay me to put it on my channel. I would say that the only drawback about it is that it can be all consuming. I feel like my mind is always running through different ideas. Typically, I do work about 40 hours a week, sometimes more. And I'm doing this in between all of my homemaking tasks and being there for my kids, driving people around. And honestly, I have to pray about it regularly because I don't want my YouTube channel to become a priority over my home and my children. And that is a really hard thing to balance. And it's something I'm still figuring out. There is a pressure to post though, because how you do on the algorithm, it really relates to consistency, people coming back week after week. My success is directly related to whether or not you guys come back and see me. Honestly, sometimes I'm like, I just want to go thrifting and make a video. And it is getting a little bit harder now that sponsors are getting involved because there's lots of negotiations and emails going on. And I'm working on somebody else's schedule as well. I don't know how sustainable YouTube is going to be. I'm going to make this channel for as long as I can. We are just trying to take it day by day, and we're still intending on just living on Josh's income. I've told you guys that we were not great about feeding into our retirement, and so we're really trying to build that up. We also want to give generously to our church and support kids in foster care, support single moms, as well as exploited or oppressed people groups. We really want to be faithful with whatever God gives to us through this channel and use it in a way to bless people. And the way that we're able to do that is through sponsorships. Because YouTube pays so little, the sponsorships really make a huge impact on the projection of our income. You don't even know how much these sponsors are blessing us. These sponsors have lifted us up from the poverty line, and I am so grateful for them. If you're not into them, just fast forward through them. But I do try to be intentional with each partner that I bring on and really show you something valuable. So how did I get these sponsors? I had my email and my contact info for a while, and my email inbox got flooded. I'm telling you, I would spend days going through and doing negotiations, reading over contracts, all that kind of stuff. And so as of recently, I made a good choice for my mental health and bring on an agent who is managing my sponsorships for my channel. As somebody who has been so low income, it does feel like hard to let go of some of that money that I'm working so hard for. But truly, this agent has been such a blessing to me so far and has really taken a lot off of my plate. So there's other ways of monetizing your content, such as like affiliate links or doing like blog posts and stuff. I'm not there yet just because I don't know about a lot of that stuff. And that's okay. Like, honestly, I'm just where I'm at and I'm excited to grow. But right now, this is all I know. This has been such a journey, and y'all's support has been a game changer. I've had people ask like, hey, what's your PO box? Like, let me send you something cool. And I always tell people, if you want to support me, like, word of mouth is truly the best way to love on somebody. I mean, tell somebody about my channel, post something on your Facebook or on your Instagram, or simply just comment or subscribe. All of that supports me. So in Luke 10, it talks about Jesus sending out the 72, and he sent them out 2 by 2. I think that that really says something about the fact that we are not supposed to do this alone. I need you guys to come along with me on this journey. I really want to share the good news of Jesus while sharing my thrifting, my life, my homemaking, like all of that with y'all. Later on in the chapter, it says, Jesus told them, "The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. Ask the Lord of the harvest, therefore, to send out workers into his harvest. Go, I am sending you out like lambs among wolves." So YouTube really can be a scary place, especially putting the gospel out there. I am subject to people not agreeing with me, and trust me, YouTube is full of wolves in the comments. So thank you so much for supporting me and leaving me encouraging comments. Some of you guys send me messages on my Instagram at Kristen K. Hoff. The community that we've built here is truly the most valuable thing to me. And the greatest thing that you guys do is continuing to watch my videos each week. So I hope that the wisdom that I'm learning here and me being able to show my home, I hope that it truly blesses you and your families. I know that you guys are such a blessing to us. So if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I've got more intentional living videos right here, and I also have a thrifting playlist since I know that that's like my bread and butter. So thank you so much for being here today, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.